Well, this is gonna be wild because I don't have the earphones for the phone.
Oh. So here's the because the problem is going to be Chris's internet. If you listen on the Zoom, Chris will become
be choppy.
hard to yeah. What are our solutions? What do we have? What can we do?
Are those headphones there? Can you plug those ones in?
The ones with the lightning one, Nadine has, and she's in Seattle.
How long would it take you to get them from Seattle? Like, is that a thing? Is that
I
hard?
believe if I do the time difference, probably a few minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, we can wait.
Cool.
Yeah, a few minutes.
Keep your recordings on, is what I'd say.
Keep recording.
Keep recording.
A few minutes, Seattle. They call that a hot New York minute, right? Is that a few Seattle minutes?
I just I want more things where it's just like a hot New York something, just different references. That's what we call a New York sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
2 pieces of bread and then stuff in the middle? Yeah, I think that's just a sandwich. Nope, that's a hot New York sandwich.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
We need to start out really quick with an apology first, I think, because people are, and sorry, guys, that you're here for this part, but it's a little awkward, but we have to get it out of the way. It's just that people come to expect with This Time It's Different, they come to expect a certain amount of consistency. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we're unfortunately changing it up a bit on them this time, okay? Yeah. So we thought we would do things a little differently this time. It's going to be just a bit different. Mm-hmm. Because Chris, tell them, like, what are we up to today? It's going to be different, but what's going on?
Today, we all thought, every single person here on the podcast thought that it would be fun to talk about hot cartoon characters. And really break them down. If you want to put a number out of 10 on them, I mean, I'm not really here for that. That's not what this is about. That's on you. I'm not going to be doing that. If you wanted to be doing that, that is fine. Yeah. But we are just going to be bringing up cartoon characters that we found attractive in the past. Not necessarily just all women. I know that we all are straight males. That's not what this is about either. This is just sort of about talking about who's attractive,
It's a bit about that. It's a celebration of just being a bunch of straight dudes. It's a real celebration of that.
We were gonna title this a wooga, but it's more like a wooga. You gotta peak your mic when you do it.
Yeah, you gotta really peak the mic.
And I wish I had one of those bow ties that rotated.
Yeah, exactly. And your eyes pop out of your
steam out of your ears, or just
steam out of the ears. All of it.
I feel like to kick things off, like we're going through the typical reactions everybody has in Animaniacs, or the Animaniacs have in Animaniacs whenever they see the nurse, right? Yeah. Like if we're gonna start off hot cartoon characters, we probably should start. And again, this is very heteronormative, but we gotta start out with we gotta start out with the nurse. Am I right?
She's always apologizing for this stupid idea. We get canceled over this episode.
That's it for us. This is it for us.
They didn't have to do that.
I mean, I couldn't wait to be on this podcast, and this is the one I chose to be on.
Yeah, we're all going down. We're all going down. Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse. Her name is Heloise Nurse.
What?
Her name is
Heloise
Nurse.
Is that true?
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was never derogatory. It was never. It was her literal name.
This is her name, but like a little different. If someone took your name and were like, "Hi, spicy Chris Wilson," it's like that's not my name. But
so if I was like Alan Lewis,
new rule for the episode, I'm known as Spicy Chris Wilson.
Okay, yeah, all right. We're calling you Spicy Chris. No,
your Zoom name says Chris Wilson, so until I see it.
Okay, well I'll change it.
Now I'm looking up Hello Nurse, and I just came across this motivational style poster / meme of Hello Nurse, and it says Hello Nurse triggering puberty since 1993.
Yeah.
Wooga.
Yeah, now there's it's true. There's some obvious ones just to get out of the way. We don't,
And that's what I meant. Like, let's get that one out of the way.
Let's get Hello Nurse out of the way. Jessica Rabbit, she's out of the way. We all know they're widely discussed.
Well,
Hot.
we're just
cartoon
cruising past Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk about her. It's too obvious.
Too obvious.
It's so
Who
on
was
the
like
nose.
the first hottie
She
cartoon?
is the
was it
shape of sex.
Was it
Jessica
Betty Boop?
Rabbit is.
Betty
the
Boop.
shape of sex?
The sh-
That's a great
So
pickup
Alan's
line. You're just the shape of sex. Let me just let you know that. Let me just slide this
shape
over
of
to you.
sex, which is like what? So it's hair over one eye. So
Yeah.
There's that, and there's always, I believe, like a hand on hip.
Yeah.
Hand
Yeah.
on hip.
Yeah.
She's a lounge singer. Beautiful big red lips.
Red.
She
Yep.
is. She's made to have boys have wet dreams about it.
Who is the shape? What's the shape of sex for a guy? What's a guy version of shape? What's the shape of sex for, like?
V, isn't it? Isn't it V's? It's always
yeah.
like
yeah,
like the
yeah,
V.
Johnny
Yeah.
Bravo, just like isn't that? the
Oh
whole-
yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically
Johnny Bravo.
any cartoon character, Disney male, like Kronk, massive shoulders, just beautiful chin.
Yeah, like Johnny Bravo was only V. Like even his hair was V. His hair was
like-
V.
yeah,
Face was
angles.
V. It's just angles. Yeah.
They talk about like the concept of the alpha male or whatever, and I don't really hold much stock in that. But then when you see Johnny Bravo, you're like, well, okay. I mean, I don't think there's such thing as alpha males, but there is one. It's Johnny Bravo for sure.
Yeah.
If there is alpha males, he's an alpha male.
100%.
He's
And it's so funny that like he looks the way he is and he still strikes out. So it's just like it's more than just the looks. That's what the lesson for me with Johnny Bravo was. It was like you could look as hot as you want, but if you don't got it up here, it's not gonna
Yeah.
work, you know?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what?
So you got to read a book.
And that leads to, because I think what we're doing right now is trying to establish the rules of hotness for what we're going to be doing today. So, like, what makes a character truly hot? And I think Alan's got a great point. Like, Johnny Bravo goes down a few ranks in terms of hotness because he was always striking out. So there was something that we're missing, maybe, that we don't see, that the ladies definitely don't, like, they see and don't like about him and don't find sexy.
Yeah.
So, like,
Well, he didn't
we
read
got to
a
think
room.
about... Yeah, he doesn't read it. We got to think about successful hot. We have to think about characters that are successfully attractive.
So I guess Archie.
Oh,
Was he hot?
very
I mean-
nice.
But
the
I
whole
mean,
town thought he was hot. Everybody agreed. All of Riverdale is like Archie is the most sought after boy, and it's like he's the only one in town. But they're not looking around. It's like there are other boys. There are other hot
Jughead.
boys.
Jughead, Moose, Reggie. But Reggie,
But Reggie
was
was a dick though.
he was a dick. He was
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
a
a
bully.
dick. But based
And
on
so
those,
is
based
Archie.
on yeah,
Archie's a dick.
He was
yeah,
a
but
dick,
he's a
yeah.
lovable dick.
He's a lovable dick. Yeah.
He's a player.
Sharjil, did you want to make your case as to why he's probably the hottest, most successful cartoon character?
Absolutely,
I think that's
because
yeah.
yeah, because we're talking about shapes outside, but I'm going to be talking about the shape within, right? So I think he had the right shapes for his personality, his ego. You know, I think part of his charm was I don't think he thought of himself as hot. You know, and that's the case about Johnny
Right.
Bravo. Johnny Bravo knew he was hot, but Archie, he didn't know. You know, he's wearing like those collared shirt under a sweater. You know, he's got the side part. He's got that 50s freckles going. You know, he didn't believe in himself, and I think that was part of his charm in Riverdale. And I think that defined his sexiness.
Riverdale, the show, but the cartoon, you mean? In,
Cartoon,
like,
the town,
lore.
the town, yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the
town,
not the show.
yeah.
The town in which he resided, yeah.
Because in the live action show, he's just like a fun murderer or something. What's his deal in Riverdale?
He was in prison for a bit. I don't know what was happening.
It doesn't-
I
He was in
watched that show
prison?
for way too long. I was like, what's happening here? Talking about getting shivved in prison. I'm like, this show's off the rails.
That is off the rails. That's bad.
Yeah. No, there's nothing good about that show.
Well, season 1 was okay, I think. Maybe some people would
I
say.
didn't get through it, but
Listen, It just had a mystery.
just
Any mystery, I'm just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to see how this ends. I want to see. You got me hooked right away.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of mysteries, excellent segue. Let's move into the hotness of. Let's just judge some physical appearances and stuff of the mystery crew themselves.
Yes.
the Scooby Doo gang.
Scooby-Doo. Yeah, let's go
Daphne
through them and rank
Blake.
them.
Daphne
Yeah.
Blake, number
Daphne,
I'm
a
Velma.
very
Velma.
obvious
Yeah.
one. Fred, very obviously hot. They want us to think that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know who the hottest is? And I'm not going to say Scooby. The
dog?
Shaggy.
Shaggy.
Shaggy's the hottest. Shaggy has a carefree attitude. He's a relaxed guy. He's best friends with he's a dog guy. You know, he likes dogs. So he's got a big heart. All these other people, they're all like stuck
That's
up
true.
and looking around for mysteries, and he's just out to have a nice time. And like his energy and his I'm going to use the word energy again. His energy and his energy are just it's great.
But
When
you
you're
know,
looking for another word, and you're like, I don't have.
you know
one.
what? He's got a good energy, but you just know in real life. You just know in real life that guy smells like wet cheese.
That's what I was gonna say. I was just about to say that. He
Yeah.
for sure stinks. Like
He
he's
for
probably
sure smells.
sleeping in the doghouse with Scooby, eating food, just like not washing his hands. You're just like, you're
Yeah.
fun to hang out with, but my nose.
But
my
he's
nose,
got that
that's all.
energy. He's got that charm. Like clearly he doesn't care, and then that's his attraction. You know what I mean?
So-
like that's his
Yeah.
attraction factor.
Alan, can I unpack what you said a little bit, because I'm very much in your camp, and so I want to know why for you it was a Velma and not the others, and because I think I'm going to agree with you, but I just want to know where you're coming at.
Well, first off, let's on site, very cute, kind of very smart. So that attraction right there is just like this cute,
Yeah, the
smart person,
smarts,
a little
yeah.
mysterious, Also,
Yeah.
she's got that like really cool dress sweater thing that's like, what's underneath there? She probably got like a body or something like that going on. It's like, I don't want to push her, but like if she show, I'm like, oh dang, like this is cool. But I think even with the live action, I can't remember that actress's name. But it really was just like what my brain was like. Something about Velma. It's like, and then she came out. I was like, oh, personified. That's what my brain looks like, or my brain kind of takes into what Velma is. And I was like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
nailed
that's
it.
the energy. So
Yeah.
I put Velma on there.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And then for me, it's the bangs and just like the slight. It's like the nerdy aesthetic, but it's nerdy chic or something like that. Do you know what I mean? She's not like an actual nerd. Just doesn't really take care of themselves because they're too busy doing science. But like Velma's an aesthetic nerd who takes very good care of the bangs.
And you know what? She's got the same glasses. She's got that style. I'm like, I like that about you. You got your own little look. Cool. You didn't get the regular pairs. You went to to Pearl Vision and you were like, give me these ones and just these ones for like 30 years. And I like that.
I love that. I don't know, the way you talk about her,
Yeah.
what's the term that it's going to look really old on me, but I ship the two of you, Alan and Velma. I kind of want to see that now. I kind of want to see some fan fiction of the two of you.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Going
drop
on a
it.
date.
Fiction
That's it. Just going out and talking.
Velma and the host of the Great Canadian Baking Show.
Yes. I
Google
wanna
it.
see
Keep Googling it so that when you type my name in, it types Velma afterwards, suggestion-wise.
Alan Shane Lewis, Velma? Fuck?
Question
Did
mark?
you mean?
Who's searching this? Let alone it's me at home. Just
See, and that's the real reason to hire bots and click farms and stuff, right? Is to get like the stuff you want to see yourself in on the internet. You got to get those SEOs up.
Let me ask this. This is off topic a little bit, but if you did type in that enough, would that end up? Is that how it works? The Google, the suggestions are like the amount that specific phrase is typed in.
I don't know.
You'd have
Like,
to
you know what? You can just test it out right now. Why don't you
So
just
in
type
theory,
in?
we could get that going.
We could get that going, I think.
So
but
I'm gonna
it'd be
try-
like hundreds of thousands.
I'm gonna try.
Well,
Sharjil shows Jasmine the world. Let's see. Sharjil shows Jasmine
let me try it over here
The
too.
world.
the world.
I feel like obviously we're probably about to talk about Aladdin now, and we're going to move into the Disney stuff here. But like, I
Sure,
feel
sure.
like maybe Jasmine and Aladdin are also two basic hot? Like they're like we all agree.
Obvious
Maybe they're
hot.
off the list too.
I would, yes, I think so. Maybe we'll talk about it. I would overall put those two as the hottest,
Yeah.
like overall.
Yeah.
They win the whole thing.
Oh, dude, the
Aladdin
guy's pecs,
approaches,
his shirtless.
He's got great pecs.
I mean, to have the confidence to not
he picks
wear a
you
shirt.
up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He doesn't wear a
little
shirt.
vest. Picks you up in a magic carpet.
And you could fix him. That's the whole thing about like Aladdin. I feel like it's just like, wow, he's so rough around the edges, but he's got a heart of gold. But it's just like, you know what? There's potential here. We can go different places. You know?
Yeah.
And
We could literally go different places.
Yeah. And I think with Jasmine, I've like mentally put that in my head that like that name is just like so hot that I'm dating a Jasmine now. So it's just like, what was that because
Oh,
of
that's
this? Like,
right.
so
I
like,
think that came into it. Yeah.
yeah, that's
Like,
definitely
okay, so when
something I
you-
should unpack later on.
Alan, when you see her tonight, just call her Megan and see if it does anything for you. If it takes away the magic and ruins your relationship, or
I didn't like that. Did you like that? No. Just
like have her. Yeah, can you be like, can you introduce yourself as Megan? I want to see something.
it's not showing me the world right now. I'm not getting those vibes.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like Jasmine, yeah, okay, she was rich, sure, but she was kind of all about. I think maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but like she was kind of big into equality. But
Yeah,
also so she's kind of like woke, but she also had a friggin' tiger as a pet. That's badass.
That is
They're
badass.
and dangerous, and maybe not
Yeah.
as badass as we think. We all saw the Tiger King, and that guy was an absolute freak. So
Okay,
what is Jasmine doing
Yeah.
with a tiger as a pet?
But
So
here's the
Tigers come
she's
from
insane.
there though, so that's okay, right?
she's a. You know how some girls
Tigers
are
come
like
from there,
into
Chris.
horses, like horsey girls.
She's a
She'd be
just
like,
tiger girl.
she's like a tiger girl. She's like weird about her tiger.
Her Bumble account is all just pictures of her doing yoga and petting her tiger.
all her
here's the
friends
thing.
have tigers too. It's just like it's not even that big a thing.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. It's like if you go off evidence of like, so for example, in Tiger King, you're looking at these tigers and you're like, yeah, they're very stressed out and they're sad. So obviously this is abusive. But
It's
that
unethical.
tiger was having a ball. That tiger loved his life. So it's like, oh, that's a pretty happy tiger. Like I guess it's all good. That's not abusive. Or
Yeah,
maybe
like-
maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know. Maybe that tiger's just not in like Alabama in somebody's just like chain link fence, being fed like cereal from like Kellogg's just like every other morning. Like
Oh
this
yeah,
tiger
like
was eating
Walmart
some.
offcuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tiger's
yeah,
got no
decent.
reference point.
I'm gonna throw out a quick curveball to you though.
Yeah, offer
all right?
one up. Offer one up, Peter.
The shape
Okay,
of
may I
sex.
make it? May I make an offer to the Sex Council?
Of course
Cartoon
you
Cards?
may.
Okay, I'll present.
Sex council.
It should. Okay, if there's gonna be a Sex Council, it should definitely be 4 dudes. All right, so my
And we're also damp.
Yeah.
okay, I want to throw a yeah. So this is my curveball. Okay. I think once we go Jasmine, we go like the Aladdin and Jasmine. Yes, very hot. We get it. She like I didn't even know what a crop top was. Like until like midriff and stuff like that. And I saw that was like my awakening. I think was Jasmine. But as an adult, I think maybe an unsung sort of like a a figure that we don't often think about as being hot. Jafar. Okay,
Yeah,
now let me
great.
make my case.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like Prince. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He's got a little bit of a Prince vibe going on.
Okay.
He's a bad guy. He's got a sexy voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Ambitious as all hell. Full ambition.
When he turns into a genie and he turns into that like big giant like red fire one, you're just like, okay,
Oh yeah.
what's going on
Oh,
there?
that's
You know?
right.
Like I'm
I forgot about
scared.
that.
But
Oh,
also,
that's right.
oy, 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 you know what I'm saying, right?
That is not how I said that. Did I say it like, oh,
I'll
that's
pick you
right?
up. I'll take the torch that you passed on, and I'll continue running with what that sentiment that you were going with.
He's got that like thin facial hair as well. Like you know,
Yeah.
it's just like a bunch of ants, like just ants crawling around his mouth.
Ants.
It's just beautiful.
He's a bird guy, you know. And
he likes
bird guys
birds.
are hot. He's got a cool parrot that speaks really well.
Yeah, arguably the parrot probably made him evil because the parrot was so annoying. But like he had a grand dream for the world. Like I don't know, what was the guy? The Sultan was just kind of a old man. Like he was just holding on to power.
Dated.
Jafar was like, "Oh, I want to update the roads. I want the market to have more regulation and like have safer access to goods for everybody." Like Jafar was ambitious. He was a nation builder. You know.
So are you saying, this is a hot take, that's a good take, that Jafar is really the good guy of the whole thing?
I've gone into this conversation woefully underprepared. I actually don't remember much of the plot. I also don't remember his motivation. He just wanted to be the Sultan, didn't he? That was it? He didn't actually have any, like, grand
Well,
schemes.
Yeah, I think he wanted to.
You know what? I'll make a
to
case
win.
for why he was the good guy in terms of pets.
Okay.
Pets, okay.
In terms of pets, I think he was the only person that had the pet that's ethical to own. Because people can own parrots, but Aladdin had the monkey.
Yeah.
Can't own monkeys.
Not
Can't have
ethical.
that.
Not ethical. Jasmine had the tiger. Unethical. But Jafar, he had the parrot.
My mind is being blown right now. They were all of animal abusers. Those were guys were pieces of shit.
They're all pieces of shit except Jafar. You can have a parrot.
And think about this. Aladdin was a piece of shit, too. If
Yeah.
we're going to knock this guy for a sec. He uses his third wish to release the genie. His third one. He still wants to get his, you know? He uses
still
those
got
two
his.
on
Yeah.
him.
And he tricked him.
Selfish. Selfish.
He's a little
And
deceitful.
And this is about being sexy within, right? This is going back to Archie.
Yes,
being sexy
exactly.
within, right?
And
That's
Jafar-
why he's a
yeah.
fixer-upper. That's why he's a fixer-upper. He's not ready yet. You got to like talk to him like, hey, man, boundaries. We can't be doing these type of things. You got to be honest. Let me know what's going on inside. You know, you don't got to pretend to be this rich person, this rich a-hole. You can just be you.
Yep.
So Aladdin was a work in progress. So I definitely agree to that.
To what Alan's point is like, it's like, yeah, these people are like, you know, Jasmine is a person of privilege who doesn't really know the real world. He has a monkey and is abusive. But these are all things that Jafar doesn't need to like stage a coup. He could simply like petition with the Sultan and be like, we need better animal habits. We need, you know, housing for the poor. We need like, he doesn't need to do a coup. He already has a lot of influence in politics, so he didn't necessarily need to rip everything apart or try to. So yeah, Jafar definitely maybe overstepped the line there, and like Alan says, the rest of them are at least works in progress, but like they shouldn't be written off in terms of internal sexiness.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
Internal
it.
and external.
I like that. May I make an offering to the Sex Council?
Yes, absolutely.
Ooga.
This is
Oh
gonna
yeah, we
get
should all say awooga, awooga.
I'm gonna offer up Shrek as a
Shrek?
a
Which
very
Shrek?
hot guy
I'm
character.
pushing back hard on
Yeah,
this. I'm pushing
sure.
back on
Human
this one.
Shrek or Ogre
Human
Shrek?
Shrek, obviously. That's almost when he was a human. Oh my god, beautiful, right?
Right.
Lovely,
Actually, yeah,
like
yeah.
lumberjack looking,
Yeah.
nice cleft in the chin, nice head of hair, really handsome.
Big jaw.
Now-
big
Somebody
old
put a
jowl.
beard on him, and he's so hot.
I'm seeing that right now.
So hot.
The model
So
hotness.
Human Shrek with a
Shrek?
beard is gorgeous.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I think
Holy
Shrek
shit.
absolutely
Visit his swamp.
You're talking
you know what I'm
swamp
saying?
throw down in bed. He's at Shrek Fox.
Shrek
Like,
Fox
he-
for sure.
Wait, as a monster? Monster Shrek? Like
Yeah,
Green Shrek?
Monster Shrek, Ogre Shrek, Green Shrek. He's strong. He's independent. He's you know, he's better than he seems, and he absolutely fucks. Now here, case in point, this photo probably will get us some disclaimers on our YouTube. Why don't we check that out?
You just looked up Shrek porn.
Yeah, but as you can
I'm not
see,
putting that up. Just okay. If you're listening at home or you're watching on YouTube, you Google it. Put on incognito mode and Google it.
This URL just hidden in the middle.
There's
Shrek
a
plus
whole,
porn.
I mean,
Okay.
there's
here-
lots of absolutely
gotta-
filthy photos.
I gotta come back on this. I gotta come back on this because I think.
Oh my god.
I think that I understand, Chris, like all of the internal arguments for why he's sexy, because internally very confident, very responsible, et cetera, et cetera. He's just making a go of it in the swamp because he was relegated there, so he's like trying to build a home, trying to make do with what he has.
Yeah.
But like, I feel that to maintain the standard of the Sex Council, we can't just say every cartoon character is a bit sexy. Like,
No,
he's
God,
a
no.
tremendously ugly person. he has tubes for ears. He has little ear tubes. He's green, Chris. He's green. He's fully green.
Tremendously ugly.
Like, he's
But
not
Peter,
sexy.
Peter, I gotta tell you, I still have the Shrek porn up. I'm telling you, none of that matters.
Beauty is
Going
within.
Going by what's happening right now,
Yeah.
matters.
None of that matters.
Yeah, when Chris says beauty is within, what you mean is beauty
Check
is
out
within the
that-
size of that dick.
Beauty is within those pants. Oh,
That's so funny.
awooga!
First of all-
Grr.
First of all, the awoo girth of that man is not canon. That's not canon.
That's
That's
not
cartoon
canon.
canon.
He's
Now,
a big
if
boy.
you look at
He's
the
a big
first
boy.
pic that comes up,
We're not sending
we're probably
people
all looking
to
at
these
it. I know, but just they'll go on their own. You
Yep.
can see at the bottom right of this photo has Donkey on the bed. Now, a little Easter egg there, if you look hard enough, is Donkey's also got a girthy penis.
Oh, okay. That's not
Oh yeah,
You
that's
seeing that?
I do. But that it looks like a human penis though. It looks like a human.
Yeah.
It's a human pink penis. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I like how
I'm not.
Fiona has.
I dissent. I'm willing to be outvoted, but due to I guess we have to decide. Like, cartoon characters, I thought meant cartoon characters that have been licensed and sold by the company or the original artist.
You didn't know we could get into you brought up fan fiction. You were the one to do it.
I did.
Yeah.
No, but I just said okay. But I said I just wanted to watch Alan and Velma do stuff. I didn't say that I was going to vote. I didn't say I was gonna call that sexy cartoon.
That's so
Right.
funny.
Okay, so I took it a bit crass with my offering
Oh, hold
to the
up.
Sex Council.
Alan had an offer. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Chris, but Alan seems to have an offer. or
No.
something.
He had an offer, and I feel like you should. Alan, the Sex Council is waiting with open ears and open.
Open
Awooga
long
to
ear
you all
tubes.
too.
Awooga.
I was just saying that Fiona just had those little tan lines on her bottom there, which I thought was a nice touch of quality in drawing, because that's a different
Oh,
code
yeah.
number for a color that person put in there. So that person's a true artist.
Yeah, she
I
does
should
have
say.
tan lines. She's
my
wearing a skinny little bikini.
But not up top. So good.
And where I guess I have to agree with you, Chris, is if some people are going to put that much effort into making Shrek porn, some people must find it sexy. So that's a lot. There's a lot of work
For
on this
sure.
Google.
I'm pretty sure it's the same people who like Hulk porn. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah,
Green
it's
stuff.
gotta
It's
be.
Just a
Big
lot of
green.
green. A lot of green.
Yeah.
If you look, you're just referencing that photo one last time,
I don't want to go to that
but
photo
only
again.
look at Shrek's face. The artist gave up. He said the the aspect, the ratio of this face is fine. He put all his effort into that dick and Donkey's dick, and then he absolutely gave up on the face. It's tremendously ugly. Very poor drawing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's not a hot cartoon character. I think people are doing it on purpose.
But there
To,
you've missed the whole point of Shrek to begin with. The whole moral of the entire film.
Here's the thing: is there a difference between missing the moral of something and not agreeing with the moral?
Reject the moral of this movie.
Yeah. At the end of the movie, it was like, see the inner beauty or whatever, and I was like, nah.
Beauty's within, but also beauty's on the outside too.
Beauty's a
beauty's-
lot
Well,
on the outside.
Beauty can be on the outside.
So then, so in terms of Sex Council standards, is
Yes.
it like
Yeah.
a weighted average? Now, are we doing some sort of are we taking into consideration 50% outside, 50% inside?
Right.
Does one outweigh the other? How are we measuring? all this? Is there an
Yeah.
objective measuring that we can?
Yeah, I guess we would have to come up with some rules, and I think it should. Here's the thing: I think some people make it like 100% inner beauty. I think some people make it 100% outer beauty. I think both are wrong. I think you got to be a little. I think you got to be a little nice to look at.
Yeah, it certainly would help. I think it helps, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Well, and not to get too real, but in society, I think there's such thing as hot privilege, and I also think that like hot people get a much nicer world, and they probably. I'm excluding myself from this. That's why I keep saying they. They probably.
Hey, no.
No, Peter.
So
Don't talk to
specifically like
yourself
people
that
like
way.
Chris, like just gorgeous people like Chris.
Don't
Probably
talk
get
to
a
my
chan-
friend Peter that way.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, like ultra hot people get a chance to develop a really friendly, wonderful personality because life's so good.
Okay.
Right.
Then explain
You know what?
Shigo then.
Explain who?
Shigo.
Give me just
I'm gonna
like
have to Google
10
that.
quick
Shigo?
minutes to Google.
Yeah, you guys don't know Shigo?
No.
No.
Kim Possible?
Is this one of your offerings to the Sex Council?
Yeah.
Sounds like a sex council thing. Okay, what is Shigo? What is Shigo from?
Kim Possible.
Oh my gosh,
Kim
she's green as
Possible.
well. She's
Yeah.
in a green suit.
That's the thing. I think
Okay, I'm
green is just
typing her
like
in.
the color of sexy, apparently.
Shigo. My screen just cracked in half. That's how hot this is.
So wait, Alan, what's your argument against me? Because I felt that my opinion really did fall poorly, so I'm willing to be corrected and educated, Alan. But like, what is Shigo? What does this mean? Is Shigo?
Well,
It's like
you said that if people are hot, they have a hard time kind of developing kind of like a person. Like what was it? What was that?
no, I know. I was
point?
saying they have an easier time. They have plenty of time to develop really friendly and great personalities because life is so
okay.
nice to them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're more free to have their own personality out there and have it
I
accepted.
retract then.
Yeah.
So, but wait,
Shigo's
what's
kind of-
Shigo's deal? 'Cause
Well,
Shigo
Shigo's
is-
she's kind of mean, but she's funny. But like I
Oh,
don't know.
funny,
I feel like
though.
yeah. So
Is she a bad guy?
yeah, she's a bad guy.
She looks
She's a bad
bad.
guy.
You can tell. Yeah.
Yeah. When her hands are
She looks-
glowing too, and she like cuts through things, you're just like,
She's a bad woman.
thank you.
She's technically
Bears.
a guy doesn't have a gender. The old word was for Guy Fawkes. Well, I guess that Guy Fawkes is a guy. Look, we don't need to get into
Yeah.
it. What I'm saying is,
No. Let's do 20 minutes on this. I'm ready.
I feel like this the Sex Council veered a little bit spicy with it, maybe like a little bit nasty. And I'd like to make an offering to go like a little bit more wholesome, if I may.
Absolutely.
Awooga.
Offer something
Awooga.
wholesome up to the Sex Council.
All right, Sex Council. Who's the sexiest character on Brave Little Toaster? Now, I think it's the warming blanket. And let me explain why.
I can picture Brave Little Toaster. I just can't. I haven't seen it. But that's the funniest.
Didn't one of them kill
There's a
themselves?
character that's a warming blanket.
Yeah.
with his
Now,
little
here's
button
what.
nose.
Yeah, now the warming blanket is going more into like a Timothy Chalamet or like that kind of adorable cute, like where you're like, "Oh, I want to get with that guy." Because he looks comforting and cute, not
Right.
hot.
Right,
But I
right,
still think adorableness is should be part of the hot spectrum. It should still be deemed as attractive. And so yeah, that's why my vote in Brave Little Toaster is for the warming blanket.
Now when Brave Little Toast or when the warming blanket takes off the blanket, is it just bones underneath?
Is it just what?
Is it just bones underneath?
No, I imagine it would be a wiring mesh or whatever, like however it warms the blanket.
Oh, true.
But
okay,
like,
so that's
Sharjil, if I ripped all your skin off, would you be less hot too?
I don't know. You'd be the judge of that. Beauty's subjective. I don't want to veer off and talk about the beauty within and talk about my bones.
Yeah, when you're talking about beauty within, you're talking about bones.
Beautiful bones
Like
on him.
my ribs and joints.
Oh yeah, Charles.
So
great ribs.
So has nobody else seen Brave Little Toaster? Is that just a me?
I'm just
I saw
noticing
it.
that I missed this one. I missed this movie entirely.
Doesn't-
Yeah, same
doesn't
here.
someone commit suicide, like one of those creatures
Yeah.
like tries to hang himself on themselves.
Well,
Oh my
there's
god! On this
it's actually-
ceiling fan,
yeah.
this ceiling
It's-
fan is
that's-
sexy.
wait, where's the ceiling fan? And
You see the lamp?
I
The
don't know,
lamp?
it's some,
This-
this
Ceiling
poster.
lamp.
Oh, it's Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. I guess a sequel.
Whoa.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah.
Somebody, so in Brave Little Toaster, they're running all around, and it's all the appliances that are alive. And there's actually some very dark stuff in the movie. Like, there's a person who's like ripping them all apart for their components, like stripping their wires out and stuff like that.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
the Brave Little Toaster lamp is pretty rough. The,
Someone put Steve
But,
Buscemi beside him.
yeah, definitely is a Steve Buscemi vibe. But like they run into this air conditioning unit that is in a window, and it rants about how it's not taken care of. It's definitely not a very sexy character. It's a very upset and abused character, and how little maintenance is done on him. And then he works himself up into a lather and burns himself out. He kills himself in front of all these little kids.
Oh my god.
It's a really intense movie.
Jeez, maybe there's a reason that I was sheltered from that movie.
I
Sounds-
shouldn't have been able to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds.
And then
pretty
the
rough.
toaster jumps into a bathtub full of water.
And murders.
Toaster's
He kills
holding
somebody
a
else.
toaster. He just got another little toaster in his
Drops
hands.
the little toaster.
Takes him with him.
Everybody always said I was a brave little toaster, but nobody ever asked if I was a happy little toaster.
Oh fuck.
All right, so
That's
nobody's
good.
following me with that, but
It was a great offering to the. No. So I'm
No, it was
adding the warming blanket from Brave Little Toaster into the files of the Sex Council.
Yeah, the Sex Council approves of the warming blanket.
Everybody approves. Awooga on 3.
Awooga,
Awooga.
Awooga.
Great. So it's in there. Would you, Sharjil? Would you like to offer up something to the Sex Council?
I'll just throw him right in the spotlight.
Absolutely.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
do.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got one.
You know what? I'll do one. So I'm gonna throw in the Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Oh.
The woman who shows up at the end.
Oh yeah.
The
Because that he said fuck his friends and just went like,
the
nah,
village
she's
girl.
hot. He was
The
done.
village girl. Yeah, I think that was his. The village girl, and the one that just took Mowgli away from all his animal friends.
Yeah, that's true, Alan. He drops everything.
Everything.
His whole life on site. Just like her. I don't even know if she'll like me back. Her.
But you want to bring your bear with you? I don't know that bear. Let's
No.
just go. Let's just go.
What bear?
But I mean, that signifies Awooga. You know, it's a leap of faith. You
Oh,
drop
yeah.
everything for Awooga. You know, you just take one look at this mysterious. I believe she was humming. She was she wasn't singing with words, but she was humming. You know, with her
She was singing.
pot of water.
I am gonna fetch a pail of water.
And a pail of my own. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, she was singing about one day meeting a man who will get her water.
Right.
So. One
So-
day I'll be somebody's. I can't
I
remember.
Bo?
I feel like I was about to say lyrics that I was like, oh no. Is that what the lyrics are about? My brain wanted to say manslave or something, and I was like, that can't be what it is.
Probably not gonna want to say that one. That's probably not the lyric.
Sex Council's gonna shut that down.
Well, and listen, I don't want to be too controversial or to bring this wet blanket, not the warming blanket, but a wet blanket into this conversation.
Yeah, just a normal, wet, unsexy blanket, sure.
So the unsexy blanket in the room here is we might want to shut it down just because I believe the character's name is Shanti, and
Shanti.
and I'm going maybe she's 11 or 12.
100% this photo you sent is a 12-year-old. Yeah, that's Yeah, we'll shut that down. Sex Council shuts that one down.
Right.
Sex Casual shuts that one down.
Let it be noted that
I wanna thank
Sharjil
you
brought
so
it up.
much for-
Sharjil was the one to put it forward. Let it be known, anybody listening here, that was a Sharjil Rasool offer. Alan Shane Lewis is not held accountable, as well as Peter Carbone or Spicy Chris Wilson.
You have been forwarded. You have been forwarded to the Cancellation Council for canceling.
Oh no! Can I do another offering? Can I do another offering?
It's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna get.
All right, let's see. What do you got this time, Sharjil?
Yeah,
What do I have? What do I
this
have?
Better
All right,
be
let's see.
good, and by good I mean old.
Oh, Ursula.
better be
what's up?
old.
Ursula.
Okay, Ursula.
I'm gonna go with Lewis Griffin.
Lois Griffin.
Lewis Griffin.
100%. Let's hear him out. Let's hear the man out. But I'm already on board.
Yeah, Lewis Griffin. You know what? When I take a look at Lewis Griffin, I feel
Lewis?
Lewis.
Everybody's hearing Lewis Griffin, right?
Are we all hearing Lewis right now?
Lewis?
Yeah.
Lois.
Lois.
Is it pronounced Lois? It's spelled like how it's pronounced how it's spelled?
I'm pretty sure it's Lois
Yeah,
Griffin.
generally.
Is it really Lois? I thought it was a
Pronounce how
cartoon way
it's
of saying
spelled.
Lewis.
Maybe I
thought
no, even Peter Griffin.
Peter.
Lois. Yeah, it's Lois.
Lewis. But I thought, and that's
Yes,
Lois.
Lois.
Lois. Yeah, is that?
Wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with
No. Keep going. Talking about Lewis Griffin.
Lewis
Why do you
Griffin.
like Lewis Griffin, Peter's brother, so much that we don't know about? That's not canon.
I feel like Lewis / Lois is like my warming blanket because I feel safe like with her presence. You know, like she's putting up with a lot. She's putting up with Boston culture of men. Right, and that's got to be a lot. Like having making sure that the household is still together.
Yeah.
And still living her life, having her. Does she have a career? She's got a career, right? Does Lois have a career?
Wow. Another
Lois' career
cancelable
woman?
offense.
She
No,
comes
because
from
I didn't
old
want
money,
to.
too.
I didn't want to make assumptions. I mean, she's just this. I don't know. Like I really love like the red. I love the suburbia because suburbia hides a lot of secrets. A lot of
Yeah, a lot of
raunchy,
secrets.
like a lot of sweet raunchy secrets, and I feel like Lois has a lot
We've
of
seen
those
King of the Hill. We know about suburban secrets. Yeah.
suburban secrets. Exactly.
It
It's
is
all about
interesting
Oh,
because
Nancy
of all
Red.
the Family Guy characters that I thought you were going to say, I thought you were going to say Stewie, given your other recent offers.
that. I don't like British.
Yeah, it's a British thing.
That's the problem.
But if we go, I agree with you. I think I really like her, and it's the next door neighbor. That's the cop's wife. I think
yes.
also both of them very sexy, and they very much need to be treated better. Do you know what I mean? I would love to show them that there's better out there.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, the men are
Satis-
horrible
Yeah.
in Family Guy.
They're
And we all do know that they're
terrible.
terrible people. And that's very progressive for us to think that, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Absolutely.
Isn't that
Absolutely.
nice?
Awooga.
Tip our caps to ourselves.
Awooga.
Awooga.
I did actually. It's interesting. I had that we'd go around and say who the hottest Family Guy character was. I had that written down.
Oh.
And my answer,
Really?
after some thought, was that it is Brian, the dog.
Brian? Oh, he's the worst.
Brian's the hottest because
Well,
he's
let's hear a spicy Chris, and then let's
He's
hear
got
Alan.
a great singing voice. He's got a great crooner singing voice. He's got the
Fair.
He's got the best voice of them all. A lovely baritone, which is just Seth MacFarlane's actual voice, and he's funny. I think he's one of the funnier ones. Like all the other characters we laugh at, they're saying stupid things, but Brian says funny things. He's got an outward look on the whole family, and he's got the best quips.
So the council should hear Alan. I think the council needs to hear Alan's pushback on this.
Brian's just the worst person. He gets worse over the years. He's written to be like the worst. Like doesn't believe in anything. He's tries to sleep with his best friend's wife. Like it's just there's nothing hot about him. He's got no substance. You know, he's just gonna he'll be fun at a party. Don't get me wrong. I'm just not, not doing a weekend with that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
I'm not doing a weekend.
not a weekend.
You're not going camping with Brian.
Hell no. If I'm gonna go hot as Family Guy character, this might be a trick answer or a sneaky one, but I'm going to the larger Seth MacFarlane, whatever universe, and go Francine Smith from American Dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Francine.
I like Francine. Francine had a wild side. Now she's just like whatever, but she's still down to ride. I'm like, I like it. So.
Yep. 100%.
Okay, awooga. Nice.
Awooga.
I'll be honest. I like the joke writing in American Dad. It was a little more. I mean, yeah, they would go a little more political with it or whatever, but it seemed just to be a little more snappy. The joke writing in it. It was less like weird family problems or something, and it was more just like little adventures, which I kind of liked.
Yeah, there's some I think there's some crack writers who are on American Dad. I think Soren Bowie is on there. So.
Oh, sweet.
This
I didn't
guy
even know that.
knows his crack writers.
Whoa, I'm just saying, because we both follow each other on Twitter because we're both verified. Like I don't want to bring that up, but Chris, you did say that, so I will bring it up.
Wow, verified. Very cool. But,
I think we should
just
have.
In case the listeners didn't know, the listeners didn't know, but Alan is on the Great Canadian Baking Show, and he just recently got verified. Just recently. It's like pretty fresh.
Got that check mark.
I don't know. It's been a couple months, All my heroes are following me back. It's whatever. It's been a roller coaster. What can I say?
Do you find that because you have that blue check that you're a real question that you are treated differently on Twitter? Like, have you noticed a stark difference?
Sometimes if I follow somebody, they'll follow me back. I notice that. Or if I have controversial basketball opinions, or not even controversial, I think the other people are being controversial, they'll go, "How are you verified?" Like it's like,
how are you verified? Because that becomes the new insult, right?
Yeah, it's like this opinion you hold, you can't be verified. I'm like anyone, like Nabisco's verified on Twitter, dude. Like, what are you thinking this is going on?
Yeah, no, Alan, anybody can be verified. Absolutely anybody. If I applied, I'd get verified too.
Yeah, probably not you, but like anyone who's done. Yeah, not you, but like other people, right? Like, yeah.
Alan, I'm just gonna cut in here real quick. Chris isn't verified. Alan, did you? Who is like, okay, we're doing sexy cartoon characters, but like since we're taking this brief break here before we wrap things up, I think I would like to ask, who is the sexiest verified person who follows you back?
Yeah, cool.
That's so hard. I don't know.
We'll wait. I'll wait.
What's his name? From Happy Endings. Just because I want him to be my friend. Adam
Happy Endings.
Adam Pally follows you?
Adam Pally, yeah. He's the hottest.
He follows you?
Yeah. Just as soon as I got verified, like that same day, it's like, Adam Pally followed you back. I was like, what? I was like, okay.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Cool.
That's amazing.
I mean, it's not amazing.
That's so cool.
That's amazing. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Thanks, Adam Pally. Who cares?
Chris, I believe Chris follows Adam Pally.
Yeah,
I don't think
it doesn't matter. I don't know if I got to follow. I probably got to follow back. I didn't check.
Why don't I check? I'll check. I'll check if he follows Chris. Yeah.
Do we? Okay, folks. Let's bring us down to the runway. Do you have in your mind before you came here today to the Sex Council? Was there a character you were like for me it was Jasmine. It was like I'm gonna have to talk about this character, and also Warming Blanket. Do you have a character that you want to make sure that gets brought before the council? Alan, I don't know if we've heard from you. Recently we were really going with Sharjil, trying to dig him out of that hole.
Yeah,
Alan.
I think
But it was from the context of when I watched Jungle Book. as a.
Good
Yeah,
defense.
yeah,
That's a
yeah,
fair
yeah.
defense.
That's
If
fair.
anything,
fair.
if anything,
That
now
was the last time I watched.
she's
Even
probably
as a-
like 80 now, like when that movie was made. So
Good point.
I got you, Sharjil.
Nope.
I definitely see Sharjil's point. Like, as a kid, I was always interested mostly in women of age, but I totally see Sharjil's point. Alan, do you...
Even as a kid,
I got two.
you're in grade 6, and you're like,
And I'm like, yeah.
I can't find you attractive. You're 12.
Yeah, I was. That's why I didn't. That's why I didn't date in high school. I was like, not appropriate. It's not appropriate.
I have two. I have Nala from Lion King. I think that's up there. When she gives him the like fuck me eyes after the lick, she was like,
Okay.
Oh
That-
yeah, when they're like wrestling in the
Yeah.
grass, and then there's
Yeah.
that shot of her like blinking,
Lying
slow.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that. Yes.
He's on top of her. He's on top of her too at that point. They've rolled, and she's in the grass.
Agree with you. I hadn't thought of that until now, but I could picture exactly what you're talking
Just-
about. So yeah, it was.
Also to the viewer at home, that's what they looked like.
yeah,
Yeah.
great.
To the viewer at home, if you look up Nala Lion King fuck me eyes, you will get the image we're talking about.
And the cops will be along shortly.
That's why I said wrap it up.
I don't know how.
That's why I said we had to wrap it up because they're already almost at Sharjil. They're pretty much close to me.
Yeah. They're coming for us all.
And one last one I want to sneak in there too, because I've embarrassed myself with this before, because somebody had that as a Halloween costume, and then I brought up the fact that I was attracted to that cartoon character. I'm like, why did I say that? Why did I tell that person that? That was weird to say. But Roxanne.
Why did you say it 7 times to her throughout the night?
It's just like super hot. I was attracted to that. So good. Anyways, what's your name? Just. But,
Sorry, I interrupted you. Though.
But it's Roxanne from Goofy Movie.
Yes, Max's girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
course.
define her as Max's girlfriend. You said her name's Roxanne.
She has autonomy.
Wow.
She has
Wow,
autonomy.
Chris.
Wow.
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 That goes
awooga,
against
right, guys?
awooga.
This
No,
time,
awooga.
this time, we're canceled.
Alan, can we use that? Can we keep that for our... We want to use that a bunch.
Yeah.
We're going to need that soundbite.
She was
Yeah.
there was a petition that I found when I was looking around that said like getting a petition for everybody to sign it being like that she's too hot. Roxanne in the Goofy Movie is too hot. The petition.
Well, and like... I think examples like Roxanne and Maid Marian is like absolutely where all of our furry fantasies come from. Like, I believe that the whole furry fantasy was like literally created in a lab and then leaked. It was
Here
a
it
lab
is.
leak.
It's a change.org petition. And it's titled "Force Disney to Apologize for Making Roxanne Way Too Hot in a Goofy Movie." And it has 650 signatures of 1,000. So didn't get
It's
there.
almost done. It's almost full.
Yeah.
Well, and I do think we are owed some kind of apology for those kinds of characters. When we're young boys and being taught about the world, and then they show us Roxanne and Lola Bunny and stuff like that, it's like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah, some artist was like, sexier on this cartoon character. Sexier, I say. They
And
all
now
agree.
I just feel weird around dogs.
From Lady and the Tramp. It's just a beautiful dog.
That wasn't even
just feel
anthropomorphic.
weird
That
around
wasn't even
dogs.
anthropomorphic.
That's just straight up.
That was just a dog. Chris.
God. Oh, that's so funny. I just feel weird around dogs now.
Sharjil, did you have one that we didn't cover yet? That's,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I just want to make sure I get this one in.
Yeah, look up the age. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking it up, and I'm gonna go with Emma Webster, the owner of Tweety, better known as Granny.
You know,
She had a
if you
name?
chart Sharjil's like averages, that works out pretty nice. He comes out quite clean
Okay.
in the end of this.
All that
Immediate
moved
age.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, she made me go awooga. Now, if we're talking comfort, because for me, sexiness comes with the level of comfort,
Yep.
right? Like this is the warming blanket theme. So,
100%.
So where do you get the best comfort in this world? From grannies.
Yes.
So
And where do you get the best sex in this world? From grannies.
grannies? And I mean, like, if we're gonna loop back to ethical ownership, she had Tweety the bird.
Oh, she just had a bird. That was it.
She had a bird.
Yeah.
Like
And
Jafar.
sometimes a cat.
I'm gonna offer up one more for
Yep.
me that we didn't get to say that it might even be so obvious, but Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid,
Oh, yeah.
just lights out handsome,
Yeah.
dimples
Yeah.
for days,
That's
white shirt,
square jaw.
loves
Yep.
rowing. He has problematic views on women in that he likes them to
Yeah.
not talk. He prefers them to not talk.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
He falls in
It's
love
gonna
with
be
them if they shut up.
He prefers.
He like listens to crabs that are like, kiss my friend. He's like, are you sure talking crab? All right.
Yeah.
Like he,
The crab told me to. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
the Jamaican
What?
crab
I was encouraged by wildlife.
Be right back, Dad. I'm going to take the robo out. I'm going to do some acid and then just take Ariel out for a quick rowboat ride.
Don't you dare talk. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a very beautiful person. And I think he all of us make mistakes and maybe some of his problematic views could be fixed, like what Alan said earlier, like maybe he's a bit of a fixer-upper because like he does try, according to his knowledge, is trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
I think, right? Like he does see her in distress and then what does he kiss her first or then he saves her? I can't remember, but at some point he does save her. And he kills Ursula, right? So like, or helps, I guess, to kill
But
Ursula.
I don't think
doesn't he?
Ursula should have been killed. Ursula was just like, she was running a business. She was like, if you do this, I get this. And people were like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then Ariel was like, I don't like this contract no more, and like nulled it and killed her. So
True.
Wow.
Okay, Alan, not to get too debatey with you, but like, would you say though that there was, like maybe Ursula is alleging breach of contract, but I think what I think what Little Mermaid, whose name I don't remember, which makes me problematic. What's her name? Stephanie. Ariel. Thanks.
Ariel. Stephanie.
She's a legend.
Mermaid. Yeah.
Stephanie the Mermaid. Why wasn't the Littlest Mermaid? Why wasn't the Little Mermaid called Stephanie the Mermaid? No, but Alan, what I'm saying is she didn't understand. She entered into that contract. First of all, I think she was only 16, so you got to, need a guardian, I think, to sign a contract. And second of all, she was kind of misled in the contract, which isn't that kind of happening right now, where it's like, oh, I don't want to sign an NDA if I see illegal stuff going on. She's like, this was not an appropriate contract to enter into.
what the contract was, you could have your legs, I just have your voice. That's all it was. And you need him to kiss you or something like that. Like that was part of her. She knew all the stuff. I think I don't know. You make a good point. She might have been too young to sign that contract on her own.
I think you're right, though. I think you're right that the contract itself was very clear. Like the verbiage was very clear on what the exchange was. So the only leg I have to stand on is like, yeah, she was too young. Like her dad should have been there at least to sign the
But
contract.
it was witnessed by two evil little eels. So
Notaries.
notary eels. That's so true. The eels were technically notaries.
Looking through the contracts. Stamped. It's all here.
Oh, that's the funniest shit in the world.
File it away.
Not that I want to be the last one, but we are pretty much out of time here. I do have one final offering for the Sex Council if they'll have me.
okay.
Awooga.
Oh, we'll go.
Awooga.
Awooga? A couple of awoogas?
Yeah.
Alan, Sharjil, Spicy Chris, cast your mind back to being young teens and watching a show, and imagine this sexiness of this character who is kind of the de facto leader of this ragtag group of characters. He's confident. He's technically very smart. He's got a nice, warm and inviting smile.
Right.
he's also very warm himself because he's a bear. I present to the Sex Council Baloo from Tailspin, a pilot who is
Is he a
also
smuggler?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, Alan. I mean, you take
Yeah,
the
he was a
lid off the sails
smuggler.
here.
No, declined. He's bad. He's bad.
This time.
Today's guests were Sharjil Rasool and Alan Shane Lewis. Here they are, right? They're still here. They wouldn't leave.
Woo, woo, woo.
Alan Shane Lewis is a verified Twitter account person, so he doesn't need any promo at all. Sharjil, do you have anything you want to plug coming up?
Anything coming up? You know what? Follow me on Twitter at Sharjil Rasool.
Yeah,
let's get those numbers up and get verified.
Yeah, get you that blue check. Yeah.
Let's get that
In fact,
blue check.
follow us, everybody, on Twitter except for Alan. We've got to keep those numbers low.
No, I need them the most. I have the least going on inside.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network. Sonar!
Oops, drop the podcast.
What if people liked and also subscribed?
I think we're just down here to kill time.